Imagine when the ground in Alaska was about to freeze, the snow was about to fall, and the crews were preparing to pack up their camps. Then there was an explosion that shook the entire history of the gold rush. Yes, more than $27 million worth of gold was extracted from the ground in the last few days. But this is not just a story of gold. It is a story of madness in which Parker Schnabel put his two heavy dozer machines at risk at the last turn only to forget to dig a piece of land. But when the digging started, the vein that was found was not even on the map. Now think, was this really a mistake or something else? Rick Ness staked on a place where no one else had ever been and lost half his team and almost everything. And Tony Beats silent as always, but moving soil with his bulldozer like he's on a mission. And his entire season oscillated between ruin and miracle in one go. Some people say that this time the gold rush was not planned. Something big is hidden that has not been shown. In this video, we have brought the real footage, those interviews, and those moments that you probably never saw. Because this time, Gold Rush is not just a show. It has become a secret. If you don't want to miss the next big discovery, then subscribe to the channel now because what comes out next time will surprise you. Parker's Forgotten Land. The whole season passed. Tony Beats kept digging at his leisurely pace. Ness tried new places and Parker Schnabel kept digging in new sections with his team. But a small area which had been surveyed before, but no special vein had been found, remained. No one looked there again, nor was its name in any plan. In the last days of the season, when the snowfall warning had been given and the team was preparing to pack up the machines, Parker suddenly remembered an old drone footage. In that, the texture of the soil in a corner of that forgotten land looked a bit different. At first, no one paid attention. But when Parker got that place checked again, everyone was stunned. A bright glowing vein was found deep below that land. A vein that could directly yield a value of $27 million. The question arose that if this vein was there throughout the season, then why did no one notice it earlier? Was it really a mistake or was there a plan to dig it at the end for some reason? Vein outside the map, planned or miracle? Now, the vein that was found had no record, neither its name in GPS nor any mention in geology reports. Even the survey experts of Parker's own team had said that there is nothing in this area. But when the digging started, shining gold started coming up with every scoop. Even Tony Beats had said in an interview, if this vein has really been found as per plan, then this is the biggest masterstroke that I have seen in this show. On the other hand, people started making theories on platforms like Reddit and Twitter. Some said that this vein was pre-located, but it was kept secret for the show. Some even said that Discovery Channel deliberately kept it hidden for the climax. But when Parker said on camera, this vein was not even on our maps, there was a slight smile on his face and a little hesitation in his eyes, as if he wanted to say something but couldn't. Where did this vein come from? Did the Earth really suddenly give this gift? Or was it already in someone's sight and the right time was being waited for? What is the truth? Only the team knows. But one thing is certain, this vein has become one of the most mysterious and surprising discoveries of Gold Rush. And this was the moment when Gold Rush was no longer just a show, but became a mystery. Camera crew's shock and Parker's reaction. Everything is recorded in Gold Rush excavations. Every scoop, every blade movement, every team meeting. But what happened that day? It not only got captured on camera, but also left a question in the heart of every onlooker. That was the day when Parker started digging that forgotten land. The team already had an idea that there was something down there. But how big? No one knew. As soon as the excavator's bucket started removing the soil, a shiny piece was seen in the very first digging. The camera focused on it. The sounds stopped. Parker bent down and picked up that piece in his hand and stopped there. The camera remained focused on it for about 10 seconds. And Parker just kept looking at that piece quietly. No excitement, no shout of joy, no calling the team, only a deep, focused silence. Was there fear in that silence? Was there surprise or something else? It was clearly visible in the close-up shot. His breathing was getting faster, lips were tight, eyes were fixed, and thinking about something. Then slowly he said, "Only this." This was not expected. After that, the camera was turned off. The recording of the next few minutes was not shown in the show. Fans on Reddit repeated this scene 1,000 times and said, "There was something hidden in that silence, something that we were not told." Did Parker see something that should not have come in the show? Did he make a decision at that time which was not made public? This question is bothering the viewers till date. Rick Ness's defeat and decision of danger. While on one hand Parker was getting closer to the discovery of $27 million, on the other hand, Rick Ness's condition was telling a different story. In this season, Rick took a big risk. He sent his entire team to a place where no one had excavated before. He ignored the old maps and trusted his gut feeling. Everything seemed fine in the beginning. The soil was shifting. The ground was wet, which usually indicates a vein of gold. But week after week, nothing special came out. Except for one or two small nuggets, the ground yielded nothing. Rick's mood started changing. The man who used to shout in excitement earlier now sat quietly in meetings. There was tension in his team too. One worker even said, "The boss is a bit lost. He himself doesn't know what to do now." And the biggest shock came when Rick decided to open a new section, a marshy area where digging was very risky. The engineer warned, "If the ground sinks, the machine will also go and the man too." But Rick said, "Now there is nothing left. Let's try one more time." Not only did he run out of fuel and money in this digging, but his biggest machine also sank halfway into the ground. It was difficult to recover, and the maintenance cost was in lakes. Rick's defeat was an emotional moment for fans. The man who used to be Parker's biggest competitor was now defeated by himself. In front of the camera, he just said, "This time my gut feeling was wrong, but I will come back." This story of Rick is the other side of the world of Gold Rush, where behind every shining gold there is a tired and defeated face. Some win while others learn even after losing everything. And Rick Ness is probably learning the same, the hard way. Tony Beats' bulldozer ran like a machine. Everyone knows Tony Beats in Gold Rush. The man with the red hat, the stern voice, and the man who just works without any drama. But this season, Tony did something that surprised everyone. He kept digging continuously, silently, without any statement or debate throughout the season. No media interviews, no extra reactions in front of the camera, as if he was on a mission. Tony's digging was much faster than usual this time. His bulldozers kept running day and night. It seemed as if he was in a hurry, as if he wanted to meet a deadline at all costs. The rest of the team members would get tired and take a break. But the work at Tony's site continued unabated. A worker said on the show, "Tony is not just a human being, he is a machine. He could probably see gold, which we could not." But the question rises, why was Tony in such a hurry? Had he already found a vein, or did he not want to be left behind in the race with Parker and Rick? In some scenes of the show, Tony was shown sitting on the edge of the pit. He was looking at the GPS, making some sketches, and repeatedly asking his team to repeat something. "Just dig deeper. Don't stop." It was clear that Tony was hiding something. Maybe he had got hold of something, but he wanted it not to be captured in the footage so that no one would know and he could get all the gold. His strategy was completely different. Keep quiet, dig, and let the rest of the people make noise. And maybe this strategy took him to where the rest of the team was still only thinking destruction of machines, digging, or madness. Now, let's talk about Parker Schnabel, the boy who has now become a big name. But this season, he did something that seemed like madness. It was the last week of the season. The weather had deteriorated. The ground was about to freeze, and all the teams had slowly started closing their camps. But Parker did the opposite. He sent 2 heavy dozer machines to dig that forgotten land at a time when no one else would take the risk of digging. These were the same machines that were the backbone of the entire season. If they broke down, recovery would be almost impossible. But Parker did not care. He said, "If this is the vein, we will send the machines too. Whatever happens will be seen." And something like this happened. When the first dozer went into the wet soil, its track got stuck. The team had to pull it out. That evening, the pressure in the hydraulic system of the second dozer increased and a pipe burst. The maintenance team was in a panic. At that time, people were thinking, has gone mad. Why all this when it is time to wrap up everything? But Parker's answer was, if the vein is found, then it's all worth it. If not, then the season is ending anyway. Was this Parker's madness or his stubbornness to stick to his decisions till the last breath? Whatever it was, that madness put $27 million worth of gold in his lap. Yes, the machines were destroyed. There was a loss of thousands of dollars. But when Parker was standing in front of the camera and trays of gold nuggets were being filled behind him, then everyone said, this guy took a risk and won. This is the real face of Gold Rush. Either get everything or lose everything. There is no middle path here. Real race between the teams. Who won? Like every season, this time too, there was not just digging in Gold Rush, but a fierce race was going on between Rick Ness, Tony Beats, and Park Schnabel. Everyone had their own style, their own strategy, and their own bets. Rick took the biggest risk this season. He chose a completely new place for digging, which no one had tried till now. He had an idea that gold was hidden there. But alas, his hopes were as cold as the ground. Even after weeks of digging, nothing significant was found, and whatever little was found was not even enough to cover the expenses. Tony Beats turned out to be a calm but dangerous player as always. He went back to the old area and dug, where a little vein had been found earlier. Also, Tony did not take much risk, but by digging continuously and steady, he took out a good amount. No big jackpot, but no loss either. He remained in profit in his own way without any noise. Now, it's Parker who turned the whole game around. Parker followed a smart strategy throughout the season. But in the final weeks, when everyone was in wrapping up mode, he backfired. By digging in that forgotten land and extracting gold worth more than $27 million, Parker made it clear that he has won the race this time. Whose guess was correct among the three? Obviously Parker's. Who earned the most? Parker. But Tony's consistency and Rick's courage were also amazing. But if anyone has to get this season's trophy, then it is Parker Schnabel with full force. Weird things found during digging. It is common to find gold in Gold Rush. But this time, some such things were also found during the digging, which surprised even the teams. At Parker's site, during an excavation, when wet soil was being removed, a strange black shining object was stuck in the bucket of the machine. On closer inspection, it turned out that it was not a vein of gold, but a heavy rock with some engraved marks on it, as if someone had made a design on it thousands of years ago. Similarly, during an excavation at Rick's site, a piece of iron was found, but it was no ordinary piece of iron. It looked like a part of an old tool which had rust on it, but its shape was very unique. Some people speculated that it might have belonged to an old miner who had come here to dig decades ago. There was something special at Tony Beats's site as well. While digging at one place, the team found a rock which had white lines on the inside. Some geologists believed that those rock formations were thousands of years old and there was probably a natural water source there earlier. All these weird things brought a different twist to the show. Discussion started among the fans. Is Gold Rush just a show about mining gold or is there history buried beneath it? Some said that these are artifacts, some called them ancient tools, and some even started talking about aliens. Whatever it may be, it was clear that this time's excavation changed not just the pocket but also the way of thinking, because when such mysteries start emerging from under the ground along with gold, then the game is not just about money. It becomes a part of history, geography, and human curiosity. Storm on Reddit and Twitter. As soon as the news of $27 million worth of gold found from Parker's excavation came out, the internet, especially Reddit and Twitter, was in a state of storm. Thousands of people started asking the same question. Was it just gold? Or is there something more hidden behind it? During the show, a blurry photo was seen for a few seconds in which Parker's team was seen holding something strange in their hands. The photo flashed so fast that many people did not even notice it. But a Reddit user caught that frame in slow motion, and from here began a flood of speculations. Some people claimed that the object did not shine like gold. It looked more metallic and structured as if it was a part of an ancient machine. At the same time, Some theories said that it might be an old miner's thing or some artifact which is related to history. Gold rush conspiracies started trending on Twitter. People began to ask questions. Did the show hide something? Did we only get what the production wanted to show? Many users even wrote, "This is not just a vein of gold. It is a tunnel of a very big secret." Some videos went viral in which heavy security was seen on Parker's site. One user wrote, "This much security is not just for gold." At the same time, some people said that a lot of things that were worth watching were cut out in the editing of the show. This online storm took Gold Rush far beyond just a mining show. Now it had become a mystery, a puzzle that people from all over the world started trying to connect. That line of Parker's interview, which was edited after every season, there is an exclusive interview with Parker Schnabel where he openly talks about the season's excavation, the performance of the team and his planning. But a strange thing came to light in this interview, a part that was recorded but was not shown in the show. Fans watched this interview again and noticed at one point that the video suddenly cuts. Parker stops speaking. His eyes move away from the camera. He starts thinking about something and then the screen goes black. The next frame begins with another question. But an unofficial clip was leaked on Reddit in which the same part was shown without a cut. In it, Parker is seen saying, "We also found something there which cannot be shown in the show. I mean, it's not just about gold." Now, this was the line that set the internet on fire. Many fans raised the question, if this line was so simple, then why was it edited? Did the show's producers not want people to associate this excavation with something mysterious? Was there pressure on Discovery Channel to show everything from the angle of only gold? Some people believe that this was just a production decision. Anything that deviates from the story is removed. But some hardcore fans still believe Parker is hiding something. Maybe it was something from an ancient civilization. Maybe a hidden tunnel. Or maybe something that didn't fit into the script for this season. Whatever it is, this line makes it clear. Parker not only found gold, he's also gotten close to a truth that's still hidden from the world. Final weigh-in. Is it really $20 million? The biggest and most awaited moment of every Gold Rush season is the final weigh-in, the disclosure of the total weight and value of the gold mine throughout the season. And this time the atmosphere was different. When Parker Schnabel arrived at the weighing room with his team, everyone's eyes were on just one thing: the pieces of gold kept in the tray and the number appearing on the screen. There was silence all around. No jokes, no laughter, only tension and constant monitoring of the cameras. Parker himself checked the weight of each tray. Slowly the trays were weighed one by one and big numbers kept appearing. 500, then 700, and then over 1,000. As the total amount of gold increased on the screen, the mood of the camera crew also started changing. But something strange happened. As the last two trays were brought in, the camera pulled back a little and instead of showing the weight on the screen, a B-roll footage was played. Fans on Reddit immediately noticed, wait, where did the live weight of the last tray go? This is when questions started to arise. Was gold worth $27 million really found? Or was there something else in that last tray that couldn't be shown on camera? Some people also said that the show's producers inflated the value so that the season finale would look explosive, while some hardcore fans believe that Parker found even more. But perhaps everything was not revealed on the instructions of the government or some agency. Whatever it is, the final weigh-in provided as much excitement as it did suspense, because if the camera cuts at the most important moment, then doubts are bound to arise. Has the whole vein been opened, or was this just the beginning? When Parker's team excavated in that forgotten land, the gold vein they found was visible only in one part. But as the digging progressed, pieces of the same vein started appearing in other directions as well. Geologists immediately started soil testing, and the reports were surprising. The vein under the soil is very long and probably spreads into many branches. Some believe that Parker has only dug the tip of the vein. The real vein is still untouched. A geologist said on the show, "This is not an isolated pocket. It seems to be a whole network. If a Parker continues digging here, then next time gold worth not 27 million, maybe up to 50 million can be found. That is, the vein that has been seen so far can actually be the beginning of a very large system. Parker's team itself said that they could not excavate more than 15% of the land. The rest of the area is still untouched because winter had started. The biggest question here is, will Parker return next season and fully open the vein? Or will the site be invaded by outsiders, government or corporate teams? Some Reddit users believe there may be something more to explore than just gold, but rare minerals or old geological formations that fall under the legal purview. One thing is for sure, Parker Schnabel has only just scratched the surface. The real jackpot is probably still buried underground. And if the vein is actually opened, it will not only change the history of the gold rush, but shake up the entire mining industry. Because this time, the discovery may have just been the beginning. What's next? Next season and planning. Now that Parker Schnabel has struck gold for $27 million, the biggest question is what's next? Will he continue digging the same vein, or will he go to a new location where a bigger treasure might be hidden? Parker himself has said that only the beginning of the vein that was found has been dug. A large part of the land is still untouched, but the digging was stopped after the snowfall. Now the question is, will he go back to the same site in the next season, or will he bring a new surprise? Talking about Tony Beats, he quietly made a very steady income. But it seems that next time he is all set to give tough competition to Parker. There are some rumors that Tony is trying to lease an old forgotten creek where a big gold discovery was made years ago. There are also many talks about Rick Ness's return. Has he given up, or is he going to form a new team and enter the field again? Whatever happens next season is going to be a blast, because the real gold is probably still in the ground. Whatever happened this season, it was not just the story of a mining show. It was the story of passion, courage, and risk, which takes a person deep into the ground in search of the truth, which is not only found in the glitter of gold, but also hidden in the soil of history. Parker's silence, Tony's mechanical digging, Rick's defeat, and the mysterious things found during the digging, all together make Gold Rush not just a TV show, but a journey full of mystery and adventure. If you don't want to miss the next digging, the next discovery, and perhaps the biggest gold strike of the next century, then subscribe to the channel now, because what will come out of the ground next time, it will not be just minerals. It may be the most secret layer of